So you need 100 plus sales calls book for your agency this month. So here are the three things that you need to improve on to make sure that it happens. And not only you book 100 plus sales calls this month, and will also improve your self-comp plan, have a high chance of getting high paying clients, and grow your agency by 10x times, right? So here are the three things that you need. But before, a little bit about me. I am 19 years old. My name is Akbar, and I made $2,000 with my lead gen agency on Twitter. I remember that it was so hard for me to book calls, and when I got my first client, which was inbound lead, and I made $100 from him, it was an overwhelming experience for me. Like, I never thought I could make money with online space, especially with agency space, right? Then I keep getting clients, and I worked with 10 plus niches. And I remember there was one guy, we used to work with SaaS, right? And there was this one guy who we onboarded as a client, and he had an agency of himself. And he told me in the sales calls, we thought it was a sales guy or something like that. And he wanted to book us a sales calls, and we're doing our service for SaaS. And we thought, we don't know anything about booking sales calls. We did it for our agency, but we didn't do it for others, right? We were doing voice writing for SaaS people. And this guy is telling us to do outreach and book sales calls for him. And it was a new experience for us. So, but because we were small and we needed money, he paid us $500 at the spot, and we onboarded that client. But it was one of the biggest lessons I've learned, right? The client who we onboarded was in an SEO space. And there are few things, right? We never worked with SEO. We never did anything with SEO related. I didn't know shit about SEO at all, right? And so when we started doing our service, it was so hard because we didn't know about the market. We didn't know how about his offer, etc. Everything. We didn't know anything, and it was so hard. But we still, in his first month, got 15 calls, even though we didn't know shit, right? And he got his first client, right? So there are three things you need to improve to get the calls for your agency to, right? So let's just get straight into it, right? First thing you need is you need a damn good offer. So let me get this straight. If you don't have a good offer, you won't sell to anyone, right? If a person comes to you and says you this apple can instantly cure your disease, it costs $10,000, something like that, everyone would buy it, you know? And I remember a story, right? There was a guy who I met on Twitter. He struggled to get clients, right? And he get on a coaching call with me, right? And he told me that, Akbar, this is my whole business and this is everything. He showed me everything, right? And I figured out the problem why he wasn't getting any sales call, right? Because the reason he wasn't getting any sales call book because he had a shitty offer. So he was a sales closer and he had a shitty offer, right? So when on the call we decided to change the offer, we changed his positioning and we changed his offer. Now he's booking consistently 5 calls a week consistently, right? So offer is a really powerful pillar of your agency outbound systems, right? If you have a good offer, you can almost close anyone in a sales call. Obviously, they are qualified or not, right? So what do you need for a good offer? First, we are going to follow a Hormozi formula. If you don't know who Hormozi is, I don't know what are you doing or why are you watching this video. Go learn about Hormozi. He's a really great guy. He's a millionaire, right? So there are 4 things you need to take care of when you are making a good offer, which is dream outcome, the perceived likelihood of achievement, time delay, effort, and sacrifice. That is a perfect offer formula, right? So what does it mean by dream outcome? So if you're selling a weight loss, the person that needs weight loss, a fat person, right? What does he need? He needs to get slimmer. That's the dream outcome. You need to make that clear. For my agency, it's 60 to 90 sales calls. That's what my ideal client needs, right? So you need to be clear of what's your dream outcome of the client, right? Write it down on a paper or something like that. Your likelihood of achievement, meaning, for example, of a weight loss, if a person who is doing a keto diet and he is losing like 20 kgs in 6 months, right? That's his perceived likelihood of achievement, right? So what should he do with keto diet? Like he should walk, he should do this, etc. So what is the procedure? Simple. What is the procedure and what is the dream outcome? So you combine that. So for example, it would be, I will get you 60 to 90 sales calls booked with my Facebook ad system. Simple as that. And next, there is time delay. What is time delay? For example, for weight loss, if a person is offering you weight loss in 1 day, that's a damn good offer. And he's going to charge $1 million. That's a damn good offer. There will be people who are ready to spend millions of dollars and lose their weight in 1 day. So there are millions of people like that. If you can do that, you have to make sure that you will delay your time as shorter as possible. Meaning, for example, if it takes you 90 days to deliver a dream client, right, the dream outcome for your client, you should make it as short as possible, right? If the example offer could be, I will get to 60 to 90 sales calls with my Facebook ad system in 60 days, something like that. The fourth pillar is effort and sacrifice. You need to also shorten this as much as you could done. If you're watching this, I think you are doing done for your service. I don't know if you are doing like you are a coach or something like that, done with your service, right? So you have to make sure that person thinks, your ideal client thinks that it's easy, it's simple, it's really easy to do, right? Even though you are handling all of the stress, right? You need to make sure that they think that it's easy to get the dream on. For example, people hire agencies because they don't want to do outreach themselves. That's why they hire me. They don't want to do outreach themselves. It's hard. I do all the hard things for my clients. That's why they pay me, right? Simple as that. So an example offer right now would be, I will get you 60 sales calls with my Facebook ad system in 60 days without you even lifting a single finger, or completely done for you, something like keywords like that, That's a good offer. You need to make sure that you have a good offer, right? So second thing you need to have a good outreach list. What do I mean by good outreach list, right? Let me tell you a story. When I got my second SaaS client, he paid me around $500 because I was like a beginner stage, right? He paid me $500 and I wanted to promote his SaaS with Twitter DMs, right? And when I got the list to outreach for his SaaS and everything was going good, he was targeting developers, etc. And we started the campaign. At the start, the campaign was good, running good, everything was good, right? Everything was running good, but he wasn't getting any kind of sales, right? And what did he need? He needs sales. He didn't need sign up, right? And the reason, after sleepless nights and everything, we found out that the market we are trying, the list we got from one niche is broke. Like the people in the list are brokies. So that's why we aren't getting any kind of like sales, right? So it's a really important lesson that you should have a qualified list, meaning that list should be filtered. That means like from location. They should be from first world or second world countries. If you're targeting third world, that's a different story. But they should majority be from first world or second world, and they should have maybe go for 18 above, because maybe go for 18 plus 8, that's when you will find people who can actually pay you, right? So you need to filter your list with keyword. Like for example, in their bio, they should have a founder. They should be from New Zealand or Sweden or something else, and they should be around 20 plus, and they should do this, and they should have a website and running agency already. You need to be specific on your list, right? The best list are the smaller list, but they are highly qualified. That's a best kind of list. And the number 3 is a good brand. Let me tell you a story how I got my first client on Twitter, right? I was building on Twitter. and I was like tweeting consistently. I was engaging, commenting, and networking with people every single day. It was my daily job at the moment. Every day I woke up, I used to think about how to grow my tweets, how to get likes, how to get engagement. It was just imagine, right? You are hustling on YouTube and you are learning new skills. While let me learn storytelling, let me learn video editing, etc., etc. That's how I used to do with Twitter, right? So imagine you spend 8 hours a day on Twitter, just tweeting, and you got your first lead without outreach, without any offer, without any kind of service. I got my first client without any of this. It was, I don't recommend it, but I got my first client without any of this, and he paid me $100 to do coaching for it. So you got my point. So you need a good brand either on a YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, or Instagram, right? A good brand is almost necessary for you. So if you don't have a good brand, you will be replaced by the person who has one, right? For example, just imagine for a second, you got on a sales calls and he was interested, the prospect was interested, he was ready to invest $2,000 into your service, right? And he told you to give him some time and he will think about it, right? And at the first, he was negotiating with you and going back and forth. Like, just imagine, he was negotiating with you. He was going back and forth with the price and etc. etc. And he finally decides to after book another call and go ahead. And after 2 days, you are waiting, patiently waiting for him to close, get the money. He's already closed. You have bets results in the market, etc. And he comes to the call and he says, sorry, I don't think you are a right fit and I'm going to go with someone else. And you instantly feel heartbroken, betrayed, right? And you ask him, who is the other person? He shows you a Twitter account or a YouTuber guy who has 2,000 followers or 2,000 subscribers. And he doesn't even have a result. The reason he chose that guy over you is because he had a brand, he had a social media influence, he had the authority over that market. Even though you had, just imagine, even though you had results of your agency, you had experience, everything else, you did your hard work for years and years, for months, he still chose a guy who was building a brand for 4 months. That's the power of a good brand. So that's it, my friends. So these are the 3 things that you need to implement right now in your system that will book you 100 plus sales calls this month, right? Okay. So that's it. Have a great day and make sure you follow me on Twitter and LinkedIn. That's where I actually post a lot of golden nuggets. Okay. Have a great day.